Hey you guys, happy Saturday! Unless it's happy Friday for my loved ones in the US of A. So it is literally the coffee run right now. I am getting my coffee on. So you'll hear my son in the background playing PlayStation. You know, this is the way that Saturdays roll around here. I don't know what it's like at your place. So what I wanted to talk with you about today, and I'm just I'm in a slightly different area, and obviously got you on, maybe not obviously, but I've got you on a bit of a different tripod today. So it's a little bit curious. So what I wanted to talk with you about actually this morning, good morning, Margaret. I wanted to chat with you a little bit about some of the stuff, and we're wonky and OCD. Sorry about the lack of alignment. Oh, it's bout day. So today myself and some teenies are off on our way to Adelaide to skate today. So I am very, very excited. We're just going to move over here and get away from the coffee machine making all of the noise. So I was thinking about confidence, right? And I've been thinking about all of the things that we get told that we have to do on social media. Do you want to come and say hello to the people? My son's just going to come and say hello to you guys. Hang on a second. So you have to speak reasonably loudish because the microphone's going to come in here. So everyone, this is Jake.
Hello.
Look how tall he is. Oh my God, that's really scary. Look, Auntie Margaret's watching. Say hi, Margaret.
Hello, Auntie Margaret.
All right, off you chop. So there you go. He was like looking over. He's like, "What are you doing, Mum?" And obviously we're on live. So I just want to make sure that we're actually shocking. So anywho, as I was saying, I've been thinking about confidence. So going into this roller skating game today, and we're playing with people that we haven't played with before. There's 3 of us heading off to Adelaide, and it's really very exciting. My parents are coming to watch. It's going to be the first time. We've had a bit of I've had a bit of an audience of people other than skating teamies or like my husband or my kids. I am so aligned, Margaret. And like the really interesting thing, I guess, around this is like my first thoughts are like, so it's a little bit scary, right? And there are so many things that there's like so many metaphors, right? Now that I've got my coffee, I'm happy, so I'll be able to speak a little bit more undistractedly from the kitchen, from the hub, the heart of the home. It's very messy. So anyway, as I was saying, so confidence, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's really scary. I'm going to go out and do all the things and it's going to be fantastic and amazing. And this morning I've really just been in my head reminding myself I'm strong. I know what I'm doing. My body knows what it needs to do, and it's absolutely going to be fine. It's just going to be absolutely fine. So that's been the thing from today. And I guess where the metaphor comes in is like, if we think about social media, I really need you guys to be doing Facebook Lives. And I know that lots of you will just go, I don't even want to do Facebook Lives. What if nobody talks to me? What if nobody listens? What if nobody tunes in? What if nobody likes it? What if I lose my words? What if this? What if that? So what I wanted to step you through today are a couple of things that are going to help you with your confidence. Okay, so number one, we've just got to remember that very much like driving a car or getting from A to B, there are certain things you need to do. One of those things that you need to do is take one step in front of the other and start walking. Your body knows what it needs to do. So it's just something that has to happen. So Facebook live streams, you guys, like, you've just got to do it as part of your marketing. There might be times when you come across, you might be a little scatty, or you might feel a little scatty and scattered, but honestly, you know, some of those are the best live streams that can possibly happen, because the less scripted they are, the less word for word they are, the less practice, the less rehearsed they are. People can feel and hear that you're coming from the heart, rather than, you know, reading a script and trying to make it right. Now, having said that though, if that's something that you feel like you need to do in order to gain the confidence, and then my 13-year-old walked in. Do you want to say hello?
Nah.
Oh, come on, you look really cute.
Nah.
Come on.
Nah.
Jake has.
I'll show you what to do
you're live, so that's everyone's just seeing you pull a funny face.
Oh, okay. Hello.
You just got broadcast around the whole world.
Yeah.
Yay!
I made it.
Auntie Mark's listening. Do you want to say hello?
There's a hole in the full zero.
Oh, she's gone. We just trust that she's saying hello to you, Margaret. So, some things that you can do in order to actually market. See, like we're a little bit off the chain. We're a little bit off the hook today. And, you know, it's Saturday over here. So it's like, it's a little bit more easy breezy, a little bit more chilled out and all of that kind of thing. And sometimes they're the best kinds of live streams. Sometimes that's the best kind of marketing that you can do because people get a bit of an insight into who you are behind that. Sometimes, you know, we can become very good at being very professional and doing things in a particular, in a certain way. So I wanted to give you some tips about how to actually increase your confidence when it comes to going on live. Number one, the first thing that you want to have a look for, and the first thing that I think that you want to think about, there are ways of showing up online, turning up on camera rather. The thing that you've got to do when you put your camera on is you've got to make sure that you're looking right there, right into the camera, right? Because that's how, like, it's no different to if you're standing in front of someone and you're talking to them, you're going to be making eye contact, right? Now, a particular client of mine, Amanda, was on a live stream recently and I was saying, so, you know, if I lean in and I'm speaking a little bit more quietly, you know, do you kind of lean in with me? And she said, yes. Like, how did you know that? And it's because when you're looking directly down the barrel of the camera, people feel like you're talking directly to them. So that's the first tip. The second thing that I really want to say to you in terms of confidence is, number one, you've got to remember who the fuck you are before you get on camera, right? So you've got to come in from a place of absolute certainty. So the best way to do that, if you haven't done live streams before, is to not sit down. Actually stand up, right? And I would actually consider if you're going to be writing marketing copy or you're thinking about something to write, stand up. Because if you're standing there with your feet hip distance apart, feet firmly placed on the ground, your core is on and you're just like, whew, you know, here I am, world, you know, I am ready for you. And you kind of like almost literally walk backwards into the fridge. That's a bit awkward. All right, let's try that again, right? Okay, so make sure I'm not gonna break an ankle because, you know, hashtag roller skating today. Hey, Kelsey. Oh, I've already said to you hello. Okay, so they're like, okay, boom, here I am, and then you're stepping in, and it's like, you know, hi everybody, welcome to today's live stream. You know, it can really help you, whether you're doing that literally when you're on camera or whether you're just like pretending to do that. You know, it can just be a really great way of changing your state. So your physicality is a huge part to you exerting confidence and exerting certainty, right? It's a really easy hack that you can actually implement. Now, confidence can really come in, I guess, like there's a couple of things that I wanted to say to you. So a piece of advice that I've often given people, and I actually just gave this as well last weekend when I was speaking at that event in Redondo Beach, and you know, take me back. I really miss the beach. But one of the things that I said is like, pretend that you've got someone on the other side of the camera that you are speaking directly to. Now, you could have a family member standing behind the camera and you could actually speak directly to them. Now, I used to find that quite disconcerting because they would be like assholes, bless their little hearts. But what they would do, they would like pull faces, or they would put me off. They'd be like, oh yeah, that's great, or like, ugh, and pull stupid faces. And that was really unhelpful for me. So I stopped them from doing that. Now, if you feel like it's a bit disconcerting to pretend that there's someone behind the camera, why don't you pretend that you are not speaking to anyone? Okay, so we've got one camp, which is pretend that there's like all of the people are behind the camera, everybody is listening, they're enraptured with what you're saying, they're engaged, they're just like, yes, 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 I'm with you, this is amazing, this is the best thing I've ever heard, I'm so excited to hear you speak today, right? You can pretend that that's what's going on behind the camera, or you can come over into this camp, which is where I'm just gonna speak and pretend that there's no one listening. There is no one on the other side of that camera. And if you're feeling a little bit scared, concerned, anxious, overwhelmed, worried about going and getting out there, then sometimes pretending that there's a million people watching you can really mess with your head, right? So instead, pretend that you're not talking to anyone. Pretend, hey Carol, pretend that it is absolutely just a practice run. Okay, pretend like that you might be, so I've got my Ophelia picture here, right? So I could have, like if I'm at 180, here I am on the other side of the thing, and I can just pretend that I'm talking to Ophelia. Hey Ophelia, this is what you need to do if you're going to jump out on camera and rah, 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 rah. So the reason that I'm sharing this is that people are going to feel your certainty when you show up. People are going to feel your energy. People are going to know whether or not you're confident or not. Now, another trick, tip, whatever that I can share with you is that if you are feeling a little bit nervous, or you're feeling a little bit anxious, or you're feeling, oh, there's Ezra again, or you're feeling a little bit scared. Thank you for putting the scissors back. Do you want me to, oh, look, say goodbye, Ezra.
Bye.
I've lost my train of thought. There you go, come on, let's get it back. What was I saying? Oh gosh. That's what I was going to say to you. So if you're feeling a little bit nervous, anxious, scared, overwhelmed, if you're not sure if the words are going to come through you, tell your audience. Say, hey you guys, I'm really nervous about running this Facebook live stream. I'm really scared that nobody is going to connect and engage. So please, from someone who is willing to throw themselves out of their comfort zone, from someone who is willing to do the things that are scary and uncomfortable, I would really appreciate it if you can encourage me. Let them know that you are not someone who has done this a lot. Let them know that you are someone who is really excited about serving them. Because I think this is the thing that we get caught up in, right? We get so caught up in, so, how am I looking? Am I going to have all of the words? We get really self-absorbed. And it's not a bad thing to be self-absorbed, in my opinion, in this particular instance. It's great if you want to feel like you're looking good and you're sounding good and everything else, that's amazing. But if that is becoming the thing that is holding you back, then you've kind of got to get over yourself. So if we're coming from a place of service, right? If we're coming from that place, hey, what you guys, I really want to add value into your life and into your world today. I really want to make sure that you're getting everything that you need. I've had this thing, this is one thing that's going to change your world today. This is one thing that's going to change your life today. If you're making it about those people and being of service, rather than it being about you and you feeling like you're going to look like an idiot or you feeling like you're going to lose your words, tell them, if I get a little bit distracted, then please chime in, remind me of what it was that I was talking about. Sometimes, there might be many words and sometimes there might be not many words. Sometimes you will get lost in a tangent and your people are like, okay, well, I know for you guys, sometimes it's like, Nicola, get to the fucking point, right? Nicola, what is the moral of this story? And eventually, you know what, I get there. It's like I lost my train of thought just a second ago, right? And I know it generally comes back pretty quickly, but I've had people say, oh, you were talking about this. Not today, because I don't know what's going on in the land of Facebook today. So if you just let them know, right? There is so much power in honesty, you guys. There is so much power in you saying, hey, you know what? I'm really not feeling very confident about this. So please, please be compassionate. Please be understanding. I'm just going to do the best that I possibly can, right? And that will, it kind of sets you free. It takes off that need to be perfect. It takes off that need to feel like you've got it, all of the words all the time. Right. Does that make sense, you guys? Let me know if this is resonating with you, please, and if it's helpful. The other thing that can happen, I guess, in terms of confidence is that we've got two types of confidence. There's the internal confidence, and then there's also things that we can create confidence off the back of external things that happen. Okay, so one of the things that I would be doing if I were you is, if you're not feeling internally confident yet, then go through these things that I've suggested. Get into state, change your stance, feel really certain, get ready to step in as if you're stepping onto a stage. You've got to know your stuff. Okay, so talk about something that you know inside out, right? It might be about the power of going for a morning walk. It might be the power of exercise. It might be how good your coffee is in the morning. It could be about absolutely anything. It doesn't have to be like the first few live streams that you do, the first few pieces of marketing that you do. Talk about things that you are absolutely certain about. Talk about perhaps a client that you've worked with, or someone that you, or something that you've studied, perhaps a book that you've read that's been really helpful. Okay, and do it that way. All right. So I just had one of my skating friends roll on up. So I am going to love you and leave you and set you free about your Saturday or your Friday night if you are in the land of LA, the US of A. I love you. I miss you guys. It's really lovely to be home. I've come home with this whole renewed sense of, excitement and passion and certainly confidence. I guess that's the other thing about confidence. When we put ourselves into situations where we are able to extend and expand and do the work that we're here to do, it really feeds that confidence level, right? So there you go, everybody. So have a really great and amazing day. Let me know if this has been helpful for you. I would very much appreciate it. So remember, get into stance, talk about things that you know, go from that place of feeding your internal confidence as well as your external confidence, and just remember to freaking rock it. Remind your audience, if you're a bit more newer to this, or if you've been out of Facebook live streams for a while, let them know. Let them know that you are feeling a little bit raw, that you're feeling a bit vulnerable, that you're feeling a little bit exposed, and ask them to be kind to you and be your cheer squad. Ask them to be your cheer squad on the other side, and I promise you, they will be like, oh my God, you go girl, or you go man, however, you go bro, however it gets said. They will let you know that you're doing great and that you're doing awesomely, all right? So on that note, get out there, go help some people, have a whole bunch of fun doing it, and remember, the world is ready for your brand of awesomeness. If you are wanting to get into the place where you've got all of the frameworks to be able to build this, you've got to be in the room in the national tour that is happening starting next Sunday, tomorrow week, in Melbourne, and then we've got Melbourne, Sydney, Gold Coast, Perth, and then Adelaide, and there's also a virtual event coming up towards the end of November as well. So the link for that is www.nicolamoras.com.au/rockstar. We've still got spots available in all of the cities. So if you really want to be able to ramp this up, if you want to create confidence and certainty so that you know exactly what it is that you need to say, how it is that you're going to say it in a way that's going to make you visible, in a way that's going to really highlight your own individuality, in a way that is going to highlight your expertness and using your own intellectual property, then you've got to be in the room. I know that this has really transformed already so many business owners, and the way that they show up provides a really strong and powerful framework. And once you learn how to do this, it's actually going to serve you for life. So I'm really excited to host you. Melbourne, Sydney, Gold Coast, Perth, and then Adelaide starting next Sunday. So that link again is www.nicolamoras.com.au/rockstar, because you are going to be the rock star of your own brand. All right, guys, have a really fantastic and amazing weekend. I am going to go and let my skating friend in now so that we can go and do all of the roller derby, and I'm going to practice my own inner confidence and all of that kind of stuff as we step onto the track. All right, guys, have a great day. The world is ready for your brand of awesomeness.